All right, Shalom. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Baharachakodash. I'd like to give double honors to my elders and apostles, a great millstone that do well. And I would like to say peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, the hopeful elect, and the 1/3. And Lord's will, this lesson will be edifying and exhorting to the sincere sheep of Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Baharachakodash. And as the title reads, Babylon always tugs on Jake's heartstrings. Okay, and I'm actually going to get the Google definition of this saying. All right, and I was just looking around, looking around at the current events, what's taking place, and one thing that I'm noticing is every time it gets hot and heavy, and the light is being shined on Esau, he always has that that Uno reverse card to play on the public. All right, and the public meaning Jake and Esau with the rest of these people. Primarily, it's always Jacob and Esau, which are the main components, the stars of the movie, if you will. And you just had, as of late, another, the same scenario as it always goes, Jacob and the police, Jacob and the police, Jacob and the police. And really what they're doing, okay, is ultimately they're distracting you, okay? They're distracting you when the heat gets too hot upon Esau. He always has this Jake card that he can pull. All right, because things always happen to Jake because of the curses. Police brutality. I mean, there's always things going on. And I'll give you a good example before I continue with this lesson. Like here in where we're in Rochester, New York, and there was a Jake before the George situation, and I think his name was Daniel Prout, something like that. But basically, what happened to him happened before the George situation, but the media focused in on the George situation over the other situation, and they used that to basically flood the media, and you don't even know what they were doing behind the scenes, that they were using this as a pretty much basically a psyop, meaning they're distracting you, okay? And Babylon always distracts Jake with their emotions, okay? So don't be emotionally distracted with Esau's agenda, because he controls the media, okay? He controls the narrative, if you will, pertaining to Babylon at this present moment, okay? Which is all fulfilling prophecy. So I just really wanted to touch on that, because let me share my screen. I was over here and I was just going through all the information and and then I scroll down and it says violent protests break out in Memphis, NYC after release of his body cam. It's always the same repetitive narrative when this topic comes up. Jake gets murdered, then we cry, and then we march and we demand, and then the stereotypical leaders, let's get that real quick, the same leaders that have never fixed nothing. I mean, if you're still getting caught up in this one trick pony act, the Lord has not opened your eyes. And a lot of Jakes are fixated on this emotional feeling of racism, if you will. Isaiah 9:16, it says, for the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed. Like, I was watching a video, and I haven't really paid too much attention to this. I mean, this is one became a norm, okay, which it's always been, but now Esau is buffing it up. He pumps it up to make it like, oh, help, don't get distracted, man. All right, Babylon knows how to tug on your heartstrings. Babylon is a witchcraft. All right, they know how to get you to have an emotional response, to a situation that ultimately doesn't even involve you. This is why the scriptures tell us, because no one's sitting here and saying, let me get this real quick. No one's sitting here and saying that, what's done to us is, is right, but is it justified? Job 4:7, remember, I pray thee, whoever perished be innocent. You don't know this Jake. You don't know this Jake. You don't know nothing from him. You don't know what he was doing. All right. And ultimately, if you're in the spirit, you know that when judgment comes, it's from the Lord. So the Lord ordained it, But Esau uses these moments to distract you, to tug on your heartstring. Okay. It says, or where were the righteous cut off? See, so the point is, when a Jake perishes, a lot of our people are emotionally invested, and let me tell you this too real quick, just to speak on this aspect. I had said this the other night. I said this in front of a very rude, inconsiderate, so-called black woman who, basically, she tried to like cut me in line, or just very rude. And I said to the brother, I said, do you think black lives matter? Do you think black men lives matter to black women? And I a lot of times I just carry myself. I do what I got to do. I get in, I get out, and sometimes, I may speak and I conversate, but in that moment, I personally felt that it was needful. Would I do it again? Probably not. But what's done is done. What's right is right. But the point that I'm trying to make is, even amongst so-called black people don't even express Black Lives Matter amongst themselves. But when Esau, okay, puts it on the media, the goddess of illusion, all right, everyone loses their mind and everyone is fixated over here, and you don't know what the man is doing. It's just like the scene in Don't Drink Juice in the Hood. Remember that when Moab and Ammon was all on Jake? Let's put Don't Drink Juice in the Hood, the man scene. All right. This is exactly this right here. This is the epitome of Babylon. Okay. And Jake falls for it every trip. Yeah, right here. The man. Okay. When you watch this scene, it's very spiritual. All eyes are on Jake, right? All eyes are on Jake. Don't steal, don't do this. But right behind Moab, Esau's robbing him blind. Okay, he's doing his wickedness. And that's what you need to understand as a Jake that has woken up. Yeah, when you first come in, you're emotionally attached because you found out who you are, who your people are. But then as you grow in the spirit, you understand that there are wicked portions of our people. The Most High kills and makes alive, and Esau is a deceiver. So when you add all those things up, you have to be on spiritual guard mode. And this is just yet another. Now, is this uproar to the people? Yeah, it is. But is it? It's just it could die right down again, just like every other time. The George Floyd, name them. You can name all these Jakes that every time, the Sandras, the Joyds, damn, what is it? Tyreek. I remember when it first started with what's his name, with the hoodie, Trayvon. It's always it goes up. Then you get distracted. He uses it as a blanket to cover the media, so there's nothing else being spoken about him. Then it goes away. See, it's always so you got to understand that in this walk, you need to keep your eyes sober and not emotional. All right. Now I want to make this point. I was watching in particular scene. All right. I didn't watch much, but I watched like a 30-second video. And I speak as a man, but humbly, I believe in the spirit. It was staged, and the spirit said, this is staged. And it looked so staged. It was people, no justice, no peace, the same gray old monologue that Jake's been saying for hundreds of years, and then out of nowhere, this guy, he walks up onto a police car, and then lo and behold, who's right there? There's like 15 reporters all waiting, like it's like lions waiting. Right. And then there's this new face of Black Lives Matter, some Jake, which I believe he's set up to. OK, he's set up to a lot of these Jakes that you see standing up and rising up. They're set up. All right. That's why it says, for the leaders of this people calls them the and they that are led of them are destroyed. You're destroyed following these guys. And immediately the dude gets on top of the police car. He starts breaking the window. It doesn't even look organic. It doesn't even look real. It looks staged. And then all of a sudden, all these cops come swarming. Here comes a stereotypical black guy who's the new black voice and face for black people. I don't know where you get them. I don't know where black people come together and vote and say, yes, him, he's the new guy. But all Jake does is whoever's talking, they just follow them. You don't even know where he came from. You don't know who sent him. You don't even know this man's number. You don't know his mother. You don't know his father. You don't know name from your neighborhood. But all of a sudden, you're riding with him. But anyways, the guy was involved, everyone was involved, and it just looked so staged. And I believe it was. I believe it was staged. We know a lot of these organizations are funded, and we know by who. And if you don't know that, you need to know that. So when times like these come, you're not sitting here allowing Babylon to tug on your heartstrings. See, it says, if you say that someone or something pulls or tugs at your heartstrings, you mean that they cause you to feel some strong emotion, usually sadness or pity. And look, let's do this. Black Lives Matter rally, I guess, march. I don't know what they call them now. All right, put that in like this. I just want to go here. I want to see some pictures. See, this is all emotion. Okay. Now, Jake, do they have pain for what has happened to us? Yes. All right. The things that we've gone through is very emotional. It's very heart pulling. All right, at us. But let me say this. But within that, they use that to their advantage because they know you're upset. They know that you're pained. They know that you want justice. They know that what they're doing to you is wrong, right? But what then happens is after they take a Jake, you go out and march. Guess what happens? None of these people are staying in the same spirit. Okay, they go back to work, they go celebrate Christmas, Thanksgiving. They all just go back to the everyday grind. They come out, cry, yell, scream, fight, pout, and then the march is over. Guess what? They go back to work. I remember when I first was open up to the truth. There was a Black Lives Matter rally in the city that I was in. I actually called into work. I called into work, and I said that I said, man, I need to go here. I need to go here. This is before I knew, that there was, different Hebrew Israelites camps. At that time, I really only seen, maybe a couple GMS videos, some IHBK, just off branch camps. I really didn't, I wasn't locked in fully to understand, but I, was zealous. So I go there and I'm thinking this is it. I'm thinking, man, this is it. It's about to change. The world's about to change. And then it was some Jake, the lesbian women dancing. I'm like, what the fuck is? I'm like, what is this? It was just a complete charade, man. It's a complete charade. It's set up to distract you. It's set up to keep you emotionally locked in over here with black and white issues. When guess what? There's bigger things. There's bigger issues going on in the world than a black person getting killed in the street. Okay, and I'm gonna say it like that. There's bigger issues going on than reparations. Okay. And your enemy is using this to his advantage to keep you blinded, to keep you emotionally low-level blinded. Okay. Sirach 12:10, it says, never trust thy enemy, for as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. So Jake still will yell and scream and cry at their enemy, but they still trusted him. Okay. They still trusted him. So Jake, you're in a lose-lose situation. But this is what Babylon does. It keeps Jake blinded by their emotional distress, by their history, okay, from the curses. He's using your curses to keep you blinded and not you waking up, okay? And it says, though he humble himself, yeah, we're here to help. We have the government, we have an establishment set up. We're gonna investigate. This is what they always tell you. It's the same run of the mill BS bullshit, okay? But this is what Babylon has set up to keep Jake in a lethargic, blinded state, and they can't see it. Okay, they can't see it because why they're tricked, like every other Jake, why they're tricked? Because it's their people, and there's an ongoing racial issue between so-called whites and so-called blacks. So it's a perfect card to use to keep so-called black and brown people fixated over here. Okay, not on inflation and job cut. It's racial equality. That's how he gets Jake. Jake is so easily distracted by racial inequality. It's not even funny, man. This is Matthew's 13 and 16, right? Let's start up. This is Matthew's 13 and 13. It says, it says, therefore speak I to them in parables, because they seeing see not, and hearing they hear not, neither do they understand. Right? If you were to speak to these jakes, because we've had them walk by. Remember a couple of summers ago, there was marches in every city. But then what changed with them? What changed in the black community with all these major marches, and then what changed with Jake after George? What changed with Jake after Sandra? What changed with Jake after Trayvon? What changed with Jake after the Tyree? What is nothing? See, that's what proves you that Babylon has got you running up and down, all emotional, and you don't even know where to go next. You're just following the crime scene. You're not fixing nothing in between. There is no coming together, and that's another thing going back why your leaders cause you to err. You got all these people that pop up. When something happens, But then where do they go? Where do they go after that? This is what you see with Jake. This is why you, as now knowing you're an Israelite, you need to keep your ass focused on Yahweh Bashim Shai. Okay? Because more Jakes is going to get put down. Y'all, what are you going to do? They're going to march your ass into a camp. They're going to march you right into a camp, man. Babylon knows how to tug on Jake's heartstrings, man. Every trip. Crying and shit. Ain't you tired of crying? Look, Nicola and their mother always calls for a peace. This is the same fucking, excuse me. Yeah, I'm looking excited. It's the same narrative every trip. Black man gets shot. Black man gets beat. Black man dies. Protest, cry. Mother, peaceful, fire, car flip, back to work. It's the same shit. So what you really should be saying is what's really going on in the real world, that Babylon is tugging on your heartstrings to keep you folks fixated over here. That's what a spiritual person would say. That's what a spiritual man would say, And guess what? There's a lot going on, all right, outside of this, okay? Their media is set up to distract you. So you're being distracted, all right? That's what they do. They know how to distract you with their bread and circus, all right? And then this is another form of it right here. So let me go where I was. Matthew's 13, and it says, and in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah, which saith, by hearing ye shall hear and shall not understand, and seeing ye shall see and shall not perceive. So a lot of our people are not perceiving the agenda, what's going on, what's taking place, and how they're being used as a broad blanket, okay, to distract the minds of the masses of what's really taking place in reality, and that's the New World Order's taking place, okay? Esau's making major moves, all right, in the midst of no justice, no peace, okay? Major moves are taken, man. Your so-called rights are being taken from you. The third woe is getting ready to come to pass, but focus on Diamond because her ass is off Earth now. Focus on Tyree because he got put down. But the major big shit that's taking place in the world, don't worry about that. Like, let's see. Let's go here. Shit hit the fan plan. All right. There's bigger issues than being called the N-word, Jake. You call yourselves that every day. See, there. Look. You got a new form of currency getting ready that's rolling out, man. Okay? You're asking for reparations. You're asking for $1 that they've already evolved to digital. You're late to the party. Jake is behind, man. Okay? Jake is decades behind their government and the rest of the world. Do you understand that? We're in the year 2023. Excuse my language, but we're in the year 2023. And if your ass is still following behind Jake, crying, pissing, bitching, and moaning just for equal rights, hey, man, your ass is through. You're through. You're through, man, because they're making major moves. Major moves are taking place. You just had Iran get hit. Major moves are happening, okay? Major moves. The cost of living has become extremely oppressive. See, everyone's feeling it now. Everyone's feeling it. So when those weak arguments, oh, we the last to get, that's a fucking lie now, man. All right? They got Jake men and women everywhere. All right. Not every Israelite is poor no more. Okay. So there's a lot of points that 1990 civil rights spirit can't talk now. You can't talk shit now. Okay. People ain't calling Jake a nigga is a phraseology that's normalized. He said, I didn't say nigger, I said nigga. It's normalized. So these weak arguments that Jake has been allowed to scream and pout about, Esau gave you that. Esau told you were black. Esau told you your black life mattered. Esau told you was African American. Babylon knows how to tug on Jake's heartstrings, man. And they get him every trip. Wisdom of Solomon, Matthews, excuse me, but I'm also in Sirach, I believe. Let me see. Yep, okay. Matthews 13 and 15. Look, for this people's heart is wax gross. Oh, man, we just need rights. Like, let me show you. If you're still stuck on this, you got a spirit on you, man. You got a demon on you. If you're still stuck in we shall prevail, you're through. Melanin, queen. That's an old ass spirit. You know, we're in 2023. Stop killing us. Tell black people that. Fix the hood. Why are black people not coming together fixing the hood? Fix that shit. Fix your family unit. Fix your women. Fix your women. You know, why are black and brown people not fixing themselves? Why are you waiting on him to fix you? All he's doing is killing you, but you keep telling him to fix you. If your ass is still stuck in that, you're finished, man. Let me put Black Lives Matter, black woman arrested. That's another thing. You guys got a fucking woman demon on you. Anytime you see a woman, you lose your mind. Right here. This is the one I wanted. Right? This bullshit. Her ass probably an actress. And then Jake see this. Oh my God, we gotta get the Black Queen. The Black Queen was just saying how she took your baby out because it's her choice too. Y'all people don't know what the hell is going on, man. Jake don't know what the hell is going on. All right. You know, we got a brother in our church. He said when he was in the world, he used to be in this black, this black what the hell is it called? Like black enlightenment, which is good. You trying to wake up. But he basically said everybody that he's seen that was in that with him, when he sees them now, they're doing nothing. See, that's the thing. Jake wants to change emotionally, okay? But then when the emotions wear off, it's just back to the everyday grind. That's what they do. They get you it's like a church ceremony. They get you all hot in the spirit. You're like, man, no fucking justice, no peace. And then it settles down, it quails down, and guess what? It's back to, would you like fries with that? Let's play 2K. I'm on World Star. It's always the same bullshit. It says, for this people's heart is wax gross, and their ears are dull of hearing. They don't want to hear you. They don't want to hear us. I'm checking the time. They don't want to hear us. They don't want to hear that. They just want to go out, yell, cry, because their emotions, and Babylon knows how to keep playing that. Viewer discretion advised. The fucking hood is viewer discretion advised. That's another thing, man. You'll have the news reporting live. Yes, here's some pictures of this random strange black man, and it's like, but what? How was he being treated throughout the normal in Babylon? We're treated like shit on a 24/7 day basis, but now because he's dead, now it matters. Now it matters. You go into the hoods, you go into the projects, you go into a major area that's full of a demographic of Jake, and it's a third world country, but nobody's reporting that. But until he dies by the hands of police, not by another black man or a brown man or his woman, his baby mama, but when the police kill him, it's this saddening event has taken place. We have lost a great soul. Like, get the fuck out of here. They pull on your heartstrings, man. That's the problem. Jake's too emotional. You're too emotional. For this people's heart is wax gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes and hear with their ears and should understand with their heart and should be converted and I should heal them. Babylon ain't going to heal Jake. It's Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. It says the word, okay? But blessed are your eyes for they see and your ears for they hear. Because think about it, brothers. You know, brothers are zealous. Now imagine, look at this crazy ass, weak ass shit, okay? This is weak to me. This is weak, all right? But you look, strong black woman. The fuck out of here, man. But guess what? She's sitting on her fellow black man, and then she can cheat on him, abort his baby, put him on child support. Then she'll call them to arrest his black ass. So don't give me that, man. That's a weak ass argument. Jake can't do that shit no more. They you know what it is? Jake tries to ride off sympathy, and Babylon gave them that platform. Babylon gave you the platform to say, you have done this to me. Like they're just some innocent ass people. Nah, Jake is wicked as all hell, man. But y'all kill each other, murder each other, cheat on each other, steal from each other. And then when Esau does it, it's please stop this violence. But you'll say, I'm gonna call my brother to come here and shoot you, nigga. I've seen black women threaten other black men to call their brother. So I don't want to hear none of that shit, man. Jake's a loose cannon that needs to be put down. If your ass is still caught up in all this, if you're still tripping out when Esau calls Jake a nigger while he's on the phone talking to his nigga, get the fuck away from me. Because you have no idea what's going on in the real world. They're all pawns being used for a broader spectrum, okay? The world as you know it is crumbling, but they gather together and say no justice, no peace in a country that's going to be full of no justice and no peace, and it ain't never had no justice nor peace for you. Why do you wait until one of your own quotation gets put down for you to tell them no justice, no peace? Do you have justice and peace in your neighborhoods that you're stacked on top of each other? No. Do you know that it was the one that's killing you that's been done that? But you ain't mad at the corporations. You mad at me riding on the street, but you ain't mad at the man that made the street that small. You mad at your neighbor for being too loud upstairs, but you ain't mad at the landlord that put both y'all asses in there. Jake is an emotional wreck that's just being guided wherever Esau wants him to go. This is Wisdom of Solomon. I keep saying Wisdom of Solomon. This is Sirach 12 and 11. Though he humble himself and go crouching, he's got the suit, the tie. We're going to investigate that. We're going to investigate ourselves. Please, we want the public to know. That's the same one-trick pony act. But there will be a time where a civil unrest will continue, man. Okay? It says, yet take good heed and beware of him. Is Jake beware of him? No, they're locked in with him. They're sponsored by him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust has not been altogether wiped away. Set him not by thee. Wait, it says, set him not by thee. Right? Set him not by thee. But then when you look at these marches, they're telling, they got the same people with them that they're telling, stop killing us. You know? A lot of these black women got white husband. Look, I mean, yeah, hey, one could say how he could be. They don't know that he might be a Jake or not. But look at this ball of confusion. It's a big ball of confusion, man. Jake don't know what they want. Together, united, but never to be divided. This place is a laughing stock, man. I'm about to wrap this up. I just had to touch on this real quick. You know, it says, and though thou shalt be unto him as if thou wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust has not been altogether wiped away. Exactly. If it's an Edomite, no matter what, he's going to show himself to be an Edomite. Set him not by thee, lest when he has overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. This is why he calls himself Yahweh now. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words, and be pricked therewith. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such come nigh wild beast? See? So we're not going to pity you Jakes that are trying to tame the serpent. And then when your ass get bit, now we're supposed to go out and march and say that your life mattered too, when it was your ass fault why you got put down in the first place. What did he say? What did Martin Luther King say? Right here. I fear I led my people into a burning house. Google will fix it. Boom. See? I fear I may have integrated my people into a burning house. What you think, that fire been put out? Jake think that fire been put out. No, you just got more leaders that are doing this now, even more cunning and less remorseful. Okay? You got more leaders doing this now that are more cunning and less remorseful, you know? So hey man, Jake, Esau knows how to pull on Jake's heartstrings, man, to the fullest, because Jake beaten. They're downtrodden, they're ruined, they're desolate. But they also are not trying to hear the words of Yahweh Shemel Shai through the men, the teachers, the prophets, the priests, the judges, all right? Brothers that are out in the highways and hedges. They're not trying to hear that. They're not trying to hear that. So understand this. Jacob's trouble is coming. And Jake is going to be an emotional wreck all the way until, okay? So, hey, man, keep your eye on the prize. Keep your eye single. Understand the tactics that Babylon uses on our people, okay? And one of them is racial motivation. You want to get Jacob, you got to use his emotions pertaining to racism. But he ain't gonna get mad at the food poisoning. He ain't gonna get mad at the jump shot. He ain't gonna get mad at the mark. You know, he ain't gonna get mad at the political woes. He ain't gonna get upset about world war, world hunger, world poverty, homeless crisis. They don't give a shit about that. Jake don't care that people are drugged out and homeless. They don't care about none of that. But if you say the N-word, oh, best believe they're on and popping. See, Esau knows how to pull Jake and get him in. So don't allow that spell to get you too. All right, you sisters too, man. You know, don't be you don't know him. You don't know him. You don't know what he did. You don't know what he did. I'll just leave it at that. But just be aware of the tactics of Esau and Babylon, and look at how Jake is falling victim for it yet again. Okay, yet again. So I just want to touch on this lesson real quick. I pray it was edifying. All right. I pray ain't nobody get emotional. Okay. And it was edifying in the spirit. I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Baharach HaKodash. I'd like to give double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone that do well. And I would like to say peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, because that's our focus, is the elect, the elect, the elect, the elect. Okay. With that being said, Shalom.